After climbing a bunch of mountains in Colorado, my dad, brother, and I were looking for our next hiking challenge, and in Washington State, we found it. Mount Rainier, despite being another 14er, has the difficulties of a much larger mountain, largely due to its unusual prominence. From base camp to summit, it's about 8,000 feet of elevation gain. The big difference is that climbing Rainier is mountaineering. It's not your average hike. It's a multi-day trek with glaciers, crevasses, and big packs. We trained with up to 45 pounds, but we're fortunate for it to be a bit less than that. Since this was our first go at mountaineering, we decided to use a local guide group called IMG. They actually started in Washington State on Rainier, but have since expanded across the globe doing a bunch of different stuff. For the ascent, we'd be doing a 3-day climb on the Disappointment Cleaver route, which is one of the simpler and more popular paths as the mountain transitions from winter to summer conditions. Everyone met up one day early for a last-minute equipment check, then headed back to their own places for one last night in a warm bed. We were compulsively checking the forecast this last night, because only about 50% of climbers attempting the summit make it due to the weather, but the conditions seem to be holding for now. And with that, the day was finally here. We all met up at IMG HQ in Ashford and shuttled into paradise nice and early.
We made it to Mirror day one. Mirror day one completed. We did it. What do you think? A third of the way there. Actually, we're halfway there, but third on time.
It feels.
So there's another camera. There's the other camera right there. That's because it always has a view of these tents right here.
So what were they had to dig out? They had to dig this thing out? What did they actually
Yeah, you don't remember? Yeah. This thing they had to dig out early in the year. Oh, look, we got, that's Adams right there. So we got our latrines over there. Got some more. 120 people supposed to be here tonight. What is it?
that campsite right over there?
Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go up there and see what's going on. They got a little solar panel. All right. You have any words of wisdom on our first day? How are your feet feeling, bub?
Feels so weird to be moving around without the boots or the pack.
Yeah, the pack's kind of heavy, huh?
The pack is brutal.
Yeah, see, look, Kyle's got Andy's nice shoes.
Like nice white.
Yeah, and we started with tennis shoes, which is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
We didn't have to have the boots until we got to the significance. So we haven't had any crampons, and we're just doing just boot pack. Boot pack.
You just want to sit down right there.
Okay, that's a good spot. All right. Playing.
Hello.
So introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Xander.
He's gonna be our lead guide.
I'll be your guide.
I'm
Yep,
Raj.
and
I'm
it's
gonna
Raj.
be the tail end. I'm gonna make sure that Neil doesn't fall
He's
off
the
the
caboose.
cliff.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Nope, we're gonna be going up to Ingram Flats next. Going through Cathedral Gap. We had all of our training this morning. Everybody's ready to go.
45 minutes, 3 sessions.
Yeah, yep,
It
yep.
was a lot of training.
Got a great day here.
Oh yeah.
Super view.
Practice.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Yep. Boy,
Pancakes for breakfast were nice. Bacon
yeah, they were.
was nice.
It was all good.
We were fully loaded, ready to go and wake up midnight and go to the summit.
Go crush it.
What was the hut called that we were in?
Gombu.
Gombu. That was pretty nice too, because it was pretty windy.
Yeah.
All
Oh
these
yeah.
people out here.
It's named after Nawang Gamba.
Yeah, the pictures in there,
Sorry,
right?
Nawang Gamba Sherpa.
Sherpa, yeah.
Yeah.
He was Sherpa up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
told me.
Oh, and here's our camp right here. It's everybody in our camp. The boys are in the last tent, I think. It's Sander, it's Lindsay. There's the glacier. You can see right there. Say hi, Lindsay. Hey. Hey. You're in the video. Oh, there you go. Awesome. Thank you.
I hope that gets in the video.
It does. I'm sure. Oh, there you go. Hey, Raj.
Hey, that's our tent.
That's our room. That's my roommate down there.
My roommate.
Yep, yep. My tent mate. That's the Ingram direct route. They stopped a week ago on that one, and that's the Cleaver. This point Cleaver, we're going. You can see the path that we're taking right along the ridge, all the way up. That's not the top of the mountain there. It's a false summit, and there's just giant blocks of ice here from the glacier breaking up. That's pretty cool. Oof. And that's a little Tahoma. Everything's above the clouds. That's pretty cool. That's where we came. That's the cathedral there. Oh, and here are the boys. Andy, say hi. Bub. Where are y'all sleeping? All right. Are we gonna get a lot of sleep tonight? Oh no. I don't think. That's okay.
Yeah.
My pee bottle is the one bottle I carry that is unlike, guaranteed to be unlike any of the other bottles I carry.
This next part would be the most dangerous. The Cleaver is steep and its path narrow, not to mention the reduced nighttime visibility and exposure to the wind. It is lined with fixed ropes, but the best rule was watch your footwork and don't fall in the first place. On the glaciers above, we would encounter our first crevasse crossings, hopefully none too big. They actually closed the Ingram direct route because some of the crossings there became too large and got too hazardous. We stripped down our packs to only what we'd need to get to the summit from this last camp, and then tried to go to sleep. Emphasis on tried. The plan was to have our lead guide come calling whenever it's time to go. So we zipped up our tents and closed our eyes. And then the wind came. And I'm not talking oh yeah, that's a nice breeze. I'm talking 20 miles per hour gusting up to like 60. This is what the forecast said? There is no way that is true. Every time there was a gust, it would stagger the entire group. You'd stumble over and you'd look up like, oh, I hope I'm not slowing the team down. And you'd look up and everyone's just like hunched over trying to recover. You'd pick your leg up to make a step, the wind would blow, and you'd plop down in some random place, just like the old game like Quap from forever ago. On top of all the hiking and elevation gain that we were already doing, this was a killer on speed, and it was taking so much extra energy. And a lot of us started thinking, like, we've got to, like, do I have enough energy in the tank to make it up? Because you've got to make it all the way down, too. We're going all the way down to Paradise today. So, I don't know, am I going to make it to the summit? Of course we are! No little breeze was going to stop us. Every single one of us made it to that glorious summit, and we celebrated there. And after a long hike back down to the Paradise parking lot, we've ripped off our boots and we're finally done with the hardest thing I've ever done. Couldn't have had a better group to do it with though. And extra thanks to our guides, Patrick, Gage, Lindsay, and Xander for helping us get all the way to the summit and back down safely. Not sure what the next adventure will be. Probably get a bunch of astrophotography content in the meantime, but hey, until then, thanks for watching.